Common factors, we'll be looking at common factors today. Factors are numbers you can multiply together to get another number. And we're going to be factoring, which is finding what to multiply to get an expression. So up to this point, we've been dealing with the factored form. 2 times the quantity, y plus 3, is the factored form of 2y plus 6. And we've taken this factored form and simplified it by using the distributive property. Now we're going to use the simplified form, start with the simplified form, and factor it to break it into smaller pieces. So let's start with number 3. 10n plus 15. So we need to find the greatest common factor first of the numbers. So we need to find the GCF of 10 and 15, meaning what is the biggest number that can be divided evenly into both 10 and 15? Well, the answer is 5. We also want to find the greatest common factor of the variables. What is the largest variable or exponent variable that can be divided into both terms? Well, here is n, and this one doesn't have a variable, so there is no common variable as a factor. So we're just going to factor out the 5 here. So we're going to write 5, and then parentheses or quantity. And then we're going to take 10n divided by 5 and get 2n, and 15 divided by 5 and get 3. And this is our factored form. And a way we can check is using the distributive property, 10n plus 15. Did we get what we started with? Yes. So that's correct. Okay, let's go back to number 1. And let's look for the greatest common factor of the numbers. And we're just going to look at the absolute value of the numbers, so 8 and 10. So what is the greatest common factor of 8 and 10? And that would be 2. And now let's look at the greatest common factor of P4 and P squared. What is the largest thing we can divide evenly into both of that? And that would be P squared. When you're dealing with variables, the greatest common factor is always going to be the variable with the smallest exponent. So we can factor out a 2 and a P squared. So 2P squared we'll write, and then parentheses. And now we're going to divide negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. P to the 4th divided by P squared is P squared. Plus 10 divided by 2 is 5. And P squared divided by P squared is 1. So here's my factored form. And now I'm just going to check. I'm going to multiply the numbers together. I'm going to add the exponents. And when I distribute, I end up with the what I started with, so I know it's correct. So go ahead and try number 7. And try 11.